Ras is quickly becoming one of my favorite characters in Dragons Rising. So, we are going to be doing an analysis on him. And for my last couple polls, it seems like you guys are really interested in that. So, let's do it. Before we get into that, if you guys could do me a quick favor and smash that subscribe button. It may be a while between uploads, but I promise you guys, if you smash that button, I will get out to you great content. So, if you guys could do that, I'd be much appreciated. All right, now let's get right into this. So, our story begins a couple years before the battle between brothers within the realm of the wildness, within the forest of spirits. Ras is born into the tiger tribe, a tribe of great warrior anthropomorphic tigers. And one day, the Forbidden Five and the Wolf Clan lay mass genocide to the species, leaving only a few survivors, Ras being one of those, and him being a child. He's dangling over a cliff, and then falls off the cliff into the ravine and is trapped there. He tries to climb out, is unable to, and starts to panic when a glowing light emerges. And that glowing light is the mysterious master, which as of now we do not yet know, but soon we will have a reveal on this master, and I'm very excited to see what that's about. But his master comes to him in a glowing light, and this is where his story would truly begin. And then several years later, he would come to the realm of Imperium under the orders of his master, and he comes to Emperor Levo and tells him about the potential for dragon energy to power the city of Imperium. But Emperor Levo is not interested and casts out Ras. Levo has two twin daughters, Zeatrix, Vespian Oris, and Beatrix, Vespian Oris. The older of the two, Zeatrix, inheriting the elemental power of Shockwave, but Beatrix inheriting nothing. Beatrix feels neglected and unloved in the family, so she goes to Ras and decides to go along with him in his plan. So the two of them tamper with the flying chariot and cause a crash that leads to Emperor Levo's death. And then Zeatrix disappears, and Beatrix becomes Empress of Imperium, and her and Ras form the Claws of Imperium, and the two together collect dragons to power Imperium. Little does Beatrix know that his real goal is to capture a source dragon. At some point, Ras acquires the dragon icon of strength and a different icon for the source dragon of energy, and uses that icon to capture the source dragon of energy in Imperium. And then after the merge, Ras continues to work alongside Beatrix, capturing dragon energy. And after Beatrix's plan to cause merge quakes fails, Ras, with the help of scientist Jordana, collects a vial of source dragon energy, which he then uses to open up the Shadow Dojo, the very place where the Forbidden Five originated their teachings of Shatterspin and Thyroxian magic. And they open up the dojo and recruit the Wolf Mask Warriors and Cinder, and continue to learn more of Thyroxian magic and Shatterspin, and begin to prepare for the Blood Moon. And then on the Blood Moon ritual, Ras is able to free Noct, and then Rox almost free but wasn't quite free, but her spirit ended up possessing Jordana. And then after that, Ras recruited a few other elemental masters to help him, Frack Slitherbottom and Jay Walker. So now Ras has 4 elemental masters to aid with him in the Tournament of Sources. He has Cinder, Frack, Jay, and Noct. So with these 4 elemental masters, Ras then goes to compete in the Tournament of Sources. But before doing so, he made a deal with Black to rig the tournament in his favor, so he had a higher likelihood of winning. This ultimately leads to Noct betraying Ras and successfully freeing the rest of the Forbidden Five, while Ras gets injured, and Eren ends up betraying the ninja, as Ras manipulated Eren into believing that Wu caused the merge and that the ninja are wrong. So Eren and Ras go their separate way, the Forbidden Five go their separate way, and the ninja return to training. And for a while, Eren and Ras are on the run. Ras begins to teach Eren in the ways of strength, which is conflicting with Eren's more optimistic attitude and his more hopeful nature versus this aggressive, strength, rage-filled teachings that Ras is feeding into his mind. They eventually come to the Spectral Lands, where with the help of Moro, Eren is able to acquire an elixir, the Soul Energy Elixir, for Ras to heal from his injuries. Ras then heals from his injuries completely, and then they continue on their quest. Eventually, Sora joins them in their quest, and soon they come to Mysterium to get a map from the Mysterium Monastery to find the underworld. They then come to the underworld, where Ras reveals he's gonna sacrifice one of them to create another Source Dragon icon, as it requires a soul to be sacrificed to forge a dragon icon. This is where Eren finds out the truth. Ras was not trying to help him find his parents, but was just using him to get another icon. Eren temporarily slows Ras down and escapes the underworld. Then Ras kills an unknown mortal and forges another icon. Ras then comes to the Monastery of Spinjitzu, where he takes out Geo, Frohiki, and Rontu, and then ends up capturing Wu in the magic box that held Bonzel during the Blood Moon ritual. And that is where our story is left off so far. Now with Ras, I just want to break down a few points of his character. So first of all, he's very strength-based. He's very aggressive. We've seen that and how he interacts with different characters. He's very clear on what he wants, and he does not tolerate when other people do not comply with his needs. We see him have, again, kind of a very manipulative nature. I mean, he manipulated Frack, he manipulated Jay, he kind of manipulated Eren for a time. Like, he's very manipulative. And also, we see that he has just, like, a greater knowledge of things. Like, he somehow knew about Egalt's death, even though he had nothing to do with those events. So, supposedly, his master gave him that information. But it's just really interesting to see kind of this whole thing unfold with Ras and all this. And again, it's clear that his master has trained him in the ways of strength. That's why a lot of people theorize his master to be the Source Dragon of Strength. Whether that is true remains yet to be seen. But yeah, it's really cool to see that, especially during the Blood Moon ritual. Like, he is an insane fighter. Dude, like, ninja are on a run for their money. It takes like a powerful person like Lloyd just to get even close to his level of power, strength, and skill in fighting. It's just really cool to see. You know, he can also just be like really funny at times, just his facial expressions and the way he kind of just talks to other people. Like, you know, of course it's intimidating. He's a very intimidating person, but I don't know, he can also have some subtle humor, which is always great to see. But yeah, also he's an incredibly intimidating person. Like, this guy is scary. Like, the second he walks in a room, he's a terrifying character. Just his aggressive demeanor and his means to achieve this goal of making icons for, again, to supposedly reverse the merge, but his master's grand plan. It's just so cool to see how this guy's unfolding. Again, just like the impact he's had on the show and just like all these characters, like, it's crazy, man. I mean, he trapped Sensei Wu. I mean, that ending, that cliffhanger ending was crazy, dude. It's just so cool to see this guy. I mean, he's also really smart. He's clearly, even without his master's help, he's a very intelligent being. He clearly has learned a lot over the years. It's also kind of interesting to note that he freed not one of the Forbidden Five, the very people that laid genocide to his tiger tribe, to his family. Like, that's very interesting to me. I mean, it just goes to show that, like, bro, this guy is evil, bro. He's out for blood. I mean, it's also just interesting. Why would he release the very people that took out his tribe, his family, his parents, all that? Why would he free them? Like, again, it just goes to show, like, his plans, bro, are just something else, dude. I mean, it's something we've never seen from Ninjago, especially with it being like this multi-season arc. I'm really intrigued to see where this all goes. Again, he's having such a massive impact on the story and on the plot, on our characters, and just everything, man. And I genuinely just cannot wait to see where it goes next. I cannot wait to find out what his master does, and I cannot wait to learn more about his past. And yeah, overall, Ras is a great character. I will be updating this video when we learn more about his master. I will absolutely do a part 2 to this. We get more details about that. But yeah, that is Ras, a great character. If you guys enjoyed this one, feel free to subscribe, like, do all that awesome stuff, and I will talk to you soon. Adios.